Just for funsies, I want to make a quick prediction of what I think will happen with the US presidential election. I think that Trump will announce his victory on election day. He will probably lead. He will then try to prevent votes from being counted after election day. There will be legal battles both on a state level, but also on a federal level. There will probably be one case, at least, in the Supreme Court, and I do think the Supreme Court will vote in Trump's favor because he has managed to stack the court. We might see some electors override the Democratic results in some states. Some states will probably agree with Trump and stop counting votes after election day. There will be massive protests and riots nationwide. Democrats and liberals, far-right militias, and these will bring weapons into the mix. There will be, as we've seen this last half a year, police violence and federal officers, just a continuation and escalation of what there already is in the US. People will die. Trump will continue to escalate because the chaos feeds his narrative. There will be talks about recounting the votes and of a re-election, and Trump will claim that no one has ever recounted the votes before and that it can't be done, or that it's terrible and it's undemocratic and it doesn't work. Trump will in general use the chaos to argue that a re-election can't be done, and media will discuss if it's possible and what the Constitution says about it. Now, one of the problems is that Democrats and liberals have an almost religious conviction that the US system is fundamentally good, and the way to beat the Republicans is to take the moral high ground, to follow the rules to the bitter end. I think that the Democrats will follow the proceedings wherever they lead, even when the Constitution is overtly and obviously misinterpreted, disregarded, and sidestepped by corrupt fascist Republicans. The Republicans, they get what they want, and the Democrats, they get a philosophical victory. This has been the story throughout the Trump presidency. Trump gets away with everything and anything, and Democrats believe that they will get him next time if they just follow the rules better. Trump might very well continue to lead throughout the rest of the year due to flat-out corruption. There will be stories about votes being discarded, not counted, lost, stolen, burned, everything imaginable, and there already are such stories. Trump will probably steal the election, and in the end the Democrats will give in. The left is not strong enough or organized enough to maintain a civil war. I do think that Trump will be sworn in again in January 2021. Now, the interesting thing is where the military will fall. As far as I've heard, the military is not actually overtly pro-Trump in the way the police force is. However, I do not think that even the military has the stomach to take up arms against the president and remove him from power. The military either falls for Trump or, much like the Democrats, has this idealistic, nationalistic idea of the Constitution being infallible. And so I do think that the most probable outcome is that the military will also follow the proceedings and the court rulings from corrupt Republican judges. I hope I'm wrong.